Stavroula, welcome to the banking news from Kathmandu. How are you feeling and just share your experience in the Global FinTech Festival.
So, first of all, I would like to say that it was amazing. The experience at GFF 2024 was amazing. It's my first time in India, as I told you before, and I love the country, I love the people, I love the food. As I said, it's my first, but it's not going to be my last time coming to India. GFF is, I heard it's going to be 85,000 people. It's the biggest fintech festival in the world. I've never been to a conference that has more attendees. All the panels that are attended were super interesting. So top-notch panelists, moderators, a lot of topics covered, especially for payments that I am, dealing with. So it was a super interesting experience, and I think it's not going to be the first time that I come.
Can you brief me about your sessions, how it evolves, and what are the issues raised, and you guys discuss on that topic?
So I am the CEO of the Automated Clearinghouse of Greece. So our name is DIAS, and we are responsible, let's say we are the NPCI of Greece, and we operate also IRIS, which is the UPI of Greece. So the subjects that we tasked were mostly about collaboration and how important it is to be able to collaborate, not just within the country, organizations within the country, the banks, the fintechs, the central bank, the government, the ACH, but also collaboration between different countries. And we're doing that in Europe based on certain European rules set by the ECB, European Central Bank, by the European Commission, and different standard-setting organizations. But also we talk about how important it is to go from inter-regional collaboration, so inside the continent, to intra-regional collaboration across regions. So from Europe to Asia, etc., and how important it is to be able to have real-time payments, not just with one currency. So across Europe we have instant payments with euro for 30 countries, but to be able also to have Nepalese tourists coming to Greece and be able to pay with your own application, and us coming to India or to Nepal and pay with our own mobile application. So the experience that all the people are wanting is the same as with WhatsApp. I'm sending you a message, you're sending me a message around the world, and it's instant, and we see our messages. So it's the same exact experience that I believe people will want to see in payments around the world in 5 to 10 years' time.
And then how you see the challenges to implement the cross-border payments? You have to deal with the one regulators to another regulators. They have a different kind of bylaws and regulations.
Exactly. So the challenges are the fact that we need harmonization of standards. So we have a standard setting committee in Europe for payments, which is the European Payment Committee, but it's responsible for the countries in the European Union. I'm guessing you have standard setting committees in India, in Nepal, in other parts of the world. So we need harmonization between the different standards. And a good thing is the fact that everybody around the world is doing the messaging, the XML messaging, ISO 20022, which is let's say we're trying to use the same type of language of messaging when trying to speak to each other. So once everybody does that, it will be easier to move to a more, let's say, collaborative future. So, harmonization in standards, harmonization in regulations, because as I said, in Europe, we have the European Central Bank imposing regulations, but you have different central banks around the world. So you need collaboration between different central banks in order to achieve this type of collaboration and communication between countries. And I believe the fact that in the G20 agenda, the fact that they have real-time payments, instant payments as number one in their priorities, and they have set a goal of having more than 70% of instant payments done real-time by the year 2027, I believe it's a good step towards the right direction of harmonization, regulation setting, standard setting, and common, let's say, language speaking for all participants around the world.
Very interesting thing you have said. And then the European EU member country. So when shall we, Nepalese people, shall expect that we can pay through our mobile banking at EU and then European countries, and then European people can in Nepal?
Okay, so yesterday I was at an event, and there was the general manager of the Eiffel Tower there. So he came here to introduce the first organization, the first European organization, which is the Eiffel Tower, that is accepting from Indian tourists the UPQR. So
okay.
I think that's a step towards the right direction. We're also trying to collaborate with NPCI for Indian tourists to be able to use their UPQR when they visit Greece, to visit the Acropolis or use the metro from the airport to come to the city center, etc., etc. So I believe in the next 5 years it will be possible for citizens across the world to be able to interact by paying, using their own mobile payment systems across the world. Or maybe, it's a dream, but I'm hoping that we're going towards that direction. And India is showing the way because they're doing a lot of collaborations with different countries.
As you said, within 5 years, let's hope for the best. And Stavroula, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your time also. It was a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you
Thanks.
very much.
Thanks.